from the WNKY studios in South Central Kentucky, this is SoKY Sunrise on NBC 40.
Good morning, SoKY Sunrisers. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2019. I'm your host, Tej Joshi.
And I'm Christy Stewart, and we have a matching SoKY. I made sure to match with her today.
You know, I don't know if I have any clothes that quite match. I mean, I've got blue in this shade, but I've also got green in that shade, but nothing together.
That, like, totally matches.
Nothing totally matches.
Yeah.
I'll check my wardrobe next time. I know SoKY's got this bandana coming in. Is that what it is, a bandana?
Uh-huh.
Or a scarf? Or a
I just call them bandanas, but call it what you want.
They're all the same thing. Well, anyways, we have a lot to talk about this morning, more than just dog bandanas. So here's a sneak peek at what's coming up later on in our show. What possessed you? What gave you the courage to that awesome bat flip?
Yeah, I just, it wasn't planned at all or anything. I just, I hit that last home run to win the home run derby and the $1,000 and just kind of blacked out, man. I just went crazy. So threw the bat, my teammates came and celebrated with me. It was awesome. Just kind of all took over.
Time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement.
It was John F. Kennedy who launched the initiative to put an American on the moon.
So, Christy, I know you gotta love breakfast food, right?
Yeah.
You're a big breakfast food lover. Me, not so much. I like breakfast food, not a lover of it. But today is IHOP's birthday, so they're giving away 58-cent pancakes. Now, for those of you who might be confused, it's not their 58th birthday. It's actually their 61st birthday. I know it's weird, 58 cents. A little confusing, but that's because they were launched in 1958. So they're just, paying homage or homage or however you want to. I've never known how to pronounce that word. But to their birth. So I just need to know, are you going to be partaking?
Of course. So I'm always a big fan of super free or super cheap food. So I'll be there. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't love IHOP pancakes?
Well, it's IHOP pancakes, but are you pancakes or waffles?
See, I guess I don't know. It depends on the day. I'm not really a preference type. Like, I like my Eggos, but I also like IHOP pancakes. If I go to a breakfast restaurant, I'll get pancakes instead of waffles. So it just depends.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely a waffle guy. I can get my syrup in the little holes and they're stuck there. So anyways, while people are out there getting their free or 58-cent almost free pancakes, what's the weather going to be like? Are they going to have a good commute on the way to their pancakes?
Well, you might want to grab that umbrella because we are still going to be seeing some of those remnants from what was tropical depression, or well, now post-tropical depression Barry. But our dog walkers forecast dogs of the day are Bandit and Gizmo, and they say that because we're still going to be seeing some of those remnants, it's a good day to cuddle inside and stay dry, or go indoors to IHOP and get some free pancakes. Well, almost free pancakes.
58 cents.
Yeah, 58-cent pancakes. Now let's see what's happening in our News Express.
Thanks, Christy. It sounds like it'll be another rainy day. This morning, our top story, an Indianapolis man has been arrested in Bowling Green on 12 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor. According to an arrest citation, 54-year-old Sean Floyd had 14 children in his care and was running a program he referred to as Youth in Action. The children in his care worked close to 10 hours outside when the heat index was above 100 degrees. Some children went those 10 hours without food or water, and when it came time for bed, a total of 15 people, including the children, shared a single hotel room, according to the citation. Floyd is also accused of allowing the kids to engage in sales activity for profit. Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear, who visited Bowling Green yesterday, commented on the investigation.
Well, an ongoing investigation is something that we can't talk about because it might harm the investigation itself. And every human trafficking investigation is so critical. Why? Because typically there is a victim, a survivor, that has been harmed more than most of us can understand or fathom.
Floyd has not been charged with human trafficking. He's lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. His bond is set at $1,000. A man and a juvenile have been arrested in Glasgow and are thought to be connected to a drive-by shooting that took place on July 1st. The shooting took place on Roseville Road back in early July. On July 10th, Glasgow police executed a search warrant on Tanglewood Drive in reference to the shooting. At that location, officers say they found hydrocodone, oxycodone, and a shell casing that matched the casing at the scene of the shooting. 23-year-old Robert Farmer has been arrested and charged with multiple crimes, including first-degree assault, first-degree wanton endangerment, and possession of a controlled substance. Officers also later arrested a juvenile who was charged with 5 counts of first-degree wanton endangerment and first-degree assault. Police say the juvenile was the one who fired the weapon during the shooting. A Sunday night traffic stop on I-65 has led to a felony drug arrest. At about 8:34 p.m., Kentucky State Police conducted a traffic stop in the southbound direction of I-65. During that stop, a deputy came into contact with 35-year-old Louisville man Barry Adams. According to a release from KSP, Adams was in possession of a handgun, 50 hydrocodone pills, 2 grams of a suspected cocaine substance, and drug paraphernalia items. Police also seized a little more than $3,000 in cash, according to the release. Adams is facing multiple charges, including first-degree trafficking in a controlled substance, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of drugs or alcohol, possession of drug paraphernalia, and other traffic offenses. He was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. As the remnants of what was Hurricane Barry make their way inland, increased rainfall in the area is expected, making it that much more important for Warren County residents to adhere to the flag warning system on local rivers. WNKY's Matt Foster spoke to Warren County Emergency Management about why the system is in place to keep people safe.
We'll see an increase in water flow and the turbulence in the water.
Which is why Warren County Emergency Management is urging kayakers and canoers to pay attention to the flag warning system installed at Fillmore Park and Romanza Johnson Park.
The red flag means you do not go. It's just like a stoplight, don't go.
And with heavy amounts of rainfall expected throughout the week, the red flag will stay up until the river calms down.
It just all depends on the weather and how the creeks flow.
Well, it might not seem like a lot. 1 inch of rain can be the difference between a green flag and red flag in conditions that look just like these.
It only takes a foot to 2 foot of water to sweep you away. It doesn't seem like much, but that amount of water flowing that fast will sweep you away before you know it.
A father and his 10-year-old son had that exact thing happen to them on Sunday afternoon in high waters on Drake's Creek, not heeding the warning signs of dangerous water conditions and putting the safety of rescue teams at risk as well.
It's unsafe, that's why the flags are there.
So for the sake of your own safety and the safety of rescue team volunteers, follow the flags and listen to the saying, turn around, don't drown.
It's a kind of a corny phrase, but everybody hears turn around, don't drown. It's something they remember.
In Warren County, Matt Foster, WNKY News.
Thanks, Matt. So it sounds like, remnants of Hurricane Barry, we're going to have some rain today.
Yes, we are. So definitely make sure that you are heeding those warnings and keeping an eye out for some of that flooding. We could be seeing some localized flooding later today. I'll have details on how much rain we're expecting right after this commercial break. Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. It is 6:10 a.m. and we're starting off this morning with a little bit more sunshine than we had yesterday. We're still going to be seeing some of those remnants from Barry, but we are also going to be seeing a little bit more sunshine as we are going to be having a few of those drier breaks throughout the day today. Temperatures right now already starting off pretty decently warm, 74 degrees. We did have a lot of cloud cover last night and that did prevent us from cooling down a whole lot. And we do have those winds that are on the lighter side right now, southeast winds of 5 miles per hour, but we're going to be getting pretty breezy as those remnants from Barry do get closer to us throughout the day today. Our temperatures across south central Kentucky this morning are all sitting in those low to mid 70s, and we are also starting to see a couple of showers that we did have pop up just earlier. Looks like a lot of that rain activity is currently sitting just off to our west, but later on today we are expecting to see some more of those scattered showers and thunderstorms impacting us from those remnants from Barry. Those remnants are currently situated in Missouri, but it's going to be making its way around Kentucky Kentucky as we head towards the rest of the day today. So it's going to be making a little bit more north before it turns towards the east. So what that means for us, we'll be seeing a little bit of sunshine for this morning, but as we head into the afternoon hours and Barry starts to make its way just a little bit more off to the east, then that's when we're going to be seeing some more of those scattered showers and thunderstorms impacting us for this afternoon, this evening, tonight, and into tomorrow. So it's going to be not a washout event, but you will want to make sure that you do have an umbrella on hand because we are expecting to have those widespread scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing. Now, as we head throughout the afternoon hours on Wednesday and Barry continues to make its way off to the east, then we're going to be a little bit drier, and we should be completely dry by Wednesday night, and we should be seeing some of those clouds clearing for us. But as we head through Thursday, it should be mostly dry, but in the afternoon and evening hours, it does look like we're going to be having a quick shot of some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms once again. Then it looks like we will be done with the rain for a couple of days, seeing a lot more sunshine as we head into Friday and the weekend. But because we're going to be having some more sunshine and we also have that influence from that high pressure system just off to our east, we're going to be seeing that heat and humidity kicking up again. Temperatures will be reaching those mid-90s as we head towards the end of this week. So it's going to be getting very hot after we see these remnants from Barry passing us. For the day today, areas along and to the west of I-65 are in a marginal severe weather risk for this afternoon and evening. Our main concerns are those stronger wind gusts, heavy downpours, which could lead to localized flooding. Of course, if you see a flooded roadway, turn around, make sure that you don't drown. For the day today, we're going to be seeing those scattered showers and thunderstorms, also a mix of those sun and clouds. High temperatures will be reaching those upper 80s, so a little bit warmer than yesterday because we'll be having a little bit more sunshine. It's also going to be pretty breezy today and staying breezy into tonight. We're looking at those south-southwest winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, still seeing some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that overnight low staying pretty warm in those mid-70s. Still seeing some of those remnants as we head into Wednesday, and then again a quick round of those showers again on Thursday afternoon and evening, but then much drier and much hotter as we head towards the end of this week and towards this weekend. Those feels like temperatures will be in the low hundreds once again. Now back to you, Tej.
Thank you, Christy. Maybe you or your partner is having trouble sleeping at night because of snoring. Coming up next in today's Living Well, how new treatment is making a big difference. $90 million American adults suffer from snoring, according to the National Sleep Foundation. Brittany Moore explains how a new treatment offered at a facility in Kansas is making a huge difference.
Debbie Bashand from Clyde had a big problem. She snored loudly.
They talk about tornadoes resembling a freight train, and this is true, and that's probably what I sounded like.
So Debbie found Dr. Daniel Winter.
We all need to have a normal night's rest with certain cycles through sleep, and if those cycles are interrupted, i.e. by snoring, they can interrupt the quality of our sleep.
Dr. Winter says custom-made oral appliances or mouthpieces have been used for years to help quiet snoring, but now they have a new, less invasive way to help solve the problem.
The night laze, which is the use of an erbium laser to treat snoring. What's unique about this laser is it uses smooth wave rapid pulse laser energy that actually thermally warms the tissue. By toning up that tissue back there and firming it up a little bit, get a little bit more lift, it decreases that vibration and decreases that snoring sound.
The night laze can also treat sleep apnea if the problem is with the soft tissue at the back of the throat. But making sure you have the right diagnosis is key.
We'll treat the snoring, but if the patient has other key indicators that they may have other sleep disordered breathing, I may refer back out to a physician.
Debbie has now had a couple of treatments done with the night laze, and it has made all the difference for her.
It's helped immensely. I probably still snore a little, but I had a big problem.
Well, thank you for joining me and SoKY in the iconic studio for everything that is hot and trending this Tuesday morning. It's a whole new spin on Enter Sandman. The band Metallica is releasing a children's book titled The ABCs of Metallica. It will be in alphabetical rhymes the history of one of the most popular heavy metal bands of all time. The band unveiled the book's cover on its website and social media channels. Metallica says some of the proceeds will go to its nonprofit organization, which supports workforce education and hunger prevention. The book comes out in November, but it's available for pre-order now. This next story is totes adorbs. We head down to New Zealand where a couple of penguins went out for sushi and had to be removed twice. The little blue penguins were spotted outside a New Zealand train station under a sushi truck. They were released back into Wellington Harbor, but get this, they crossed traffic and went back to the sushi place. Wildlife officials think that they were shopping around for a place to nest. Don't worry, the penguins were not harmed in the whole incident. And things may soon get a little spicy in space. And I'm not talking about a potential Kylo Ren-Rey love story. NASA scientists are working to send the Espanola chili pepper to the International Space Station. This would be the first fruiting plant the U.S. harvested there. Scientists believe the pepper can be pollinated easily and thrive in high carbon dioxide environment. Chili peppers, which are packed with plenty of vitamins, will also help astronauts stay healthy while up in space. NASA has already grown some foods in space, including varieties of lettuce, red Russian kale, and Mizuna mustard. That's a quick peek at what's trending this half hour. Stay tuned because both SoKY and I will have more trends for you later in the show. Some of you may remember a few weeks ago when the Hot Rods' Chris Betts went viral for a bat flip celebration after winning the Midwest League Home Run Derby. And I was lucky enough to sit down with Chris. I'm here with Chris Betts of the Bowling Green Hot Rods, the catcher, who at the Midwest Home Run Derby did a bat flip that has gone viral. I want to thank you, Chris, for talking to me today.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. Now, before we get into the now famous bat flip, I just want to know a little bit about your time here with the Hot Rods. You've only been here since April, so how's everything so far?
It's been good. You know, Bowling Green's been awesome to us, and the team especially, we've been real good. We've had a good year so far. Lots of wins, lots of good guys, but you know, it's been really fun. Love the city, atmosphere, good fans. It's awesome.
So like we talked about, the Home Run Derby, you were in the final round, and what possessed you? What gave you the courage to that awesome bat flip?
Yeah, I just, it wasn't planned at all or anything. I just, you know, I hit that last home run to win the home run derby and the $1,000 and just kind of blacked out, man. I just went crazy. So threw the bat, my teammates came and celebrated with me. It was awesome. Just kind of all took over.
And some are calling it more of a bat throw than a bat flip, considering you threw it, what, almost 20, 30 feet. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, it was definitely a throw, definitely not a flip. I didn't know how far it went until I saw the video, and to see it leave the infield was pretty wild. So it was cool. It was a really fun time.
Now, how do you feel about the reaction you've gotten being all over, you know, SportsCenter, ESPN, all over Twitter? How does that make you feel? Are you proud to be seeing yourself in that capacity?
Yeah, it's cool. It's especially that the fact it wasn't planned was awesome. But yeah, more importantly, you know, going home back to the hotel that night and seeing it all over the place was cool. But it's time to get back to work and move on and go win some ball games.
So you did that at the Home Run Derby. I'm not going to do it anywhere quite as special, but as soon as we get finished with this interview, I'm going to go do my own bat flip. I brought my own bat from home. So I'm just wondering if you could give me any tips or tricks of the game to make my bat flip, you know, go the full yard, become a bat throw.
Yeah. You got to get it, got to throw it overhand, you got to throw it as hard as you can and just get it in the air. Get it as high as you can and let it rip. That's the biggest thing, just throw it as hard as you can.
Now, I know after the now famous bat flip, you did one more at the All-Star game later that weekend. Are you planning on any more bat throws in the near future?
No, definitely not. Considering it's just regular games being played from here on out, I'll go back to my normal, boring old self. You know, I hit a home run, I set the bat down, I run the bases. But yeah, no more bat throws for me. I think I'm good.
For now, we'll see. Yeah. We'll come back in a couple years and see where you're at then. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Absolutely, man.
I'm gonna go try that bat flip myself now. Hopefully we'll get it as far as you did. I think it was about 30 feet. That's what I'm going with. So hopefully I can get past that. So based on Chris's advice, I'm gonna try my own bat flip now, or rather bat throw. This is my trusty bat that I've had since I was in 8th grade. Now we have Sunrise Sports anchor Morgan Regal here to give me a short toss, and then I'm gonna give it my best bat flip throw I can possibly do. All right, ready, Morgan? Yeah. I did it, I guess, kind of. Definitely not as good as Chris's, but it was something. For info on how to watch Chris and the rest of the hot rods played this season, go to WNKY.com and click on this story. Coming up next in this morning's News Express, it is the 50th anniversary of the launch of the Apollo 11. We'll tell you one astronaut story next.
Live from the WNKY studios in South Central Kentucky, this is SoKY Sunrise on NBC 40.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. The time is now 6:29 a.m. As always, thank you for joining us this morning. Now, before we get started on this morning's News Express, let's get a quick look at our forecast from meteorologist Christy Stewart.
Thank you, Tage. Well, we are starting off this morning with a little bit of sunshine outside, a little bit more than we had yesterday. We are starting to see some of those clouds increase a little bit more, though, and we are going to be seeing some periods of sunshine as well as some cloud cover and rain showers, as we're still going to be seeing those impacts from the remnants from Barry. Temperatures are already starting off on the warmer side this morning, currently sitting at 74 degrees at the Bowling Green Airport. Winds right now are light, southeast of 5 miles per hour, but we're going to be getting pretty breezy today as Barry is going to be making its way closer to us. Now, we do have those temperatures currently sitting in those mid-70s, and we are starting to see a couple of showers popping up across our radar, more so off to our west, but we are going to be seeing some of that activity continuing for us throughout the rest of the day today. So just again, those periods of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, high temperatures reaching those upper 80s. Now let's see what's happening in our News Express.
Thank you, Christy. Happening around the state this morning, more information about how officers discovered the body of Savannah Spurlock are being released, as the man accused of hiding her remains appeared in court for a preliminary hearing. LEX 18's Lee Searcy has more from the courtroom.
Savannah Spurlock's father and family members listened to gruesome details of how police say she was found buried in a shallow grave in Garrett County. Cameras were not allowed in this proceeding, but her father, Cecil Spurlock, told me going into court today that he just wanted to be able to breathe during all of this. David Sparks is charged with tampering with evidence and abuse of a corpse. This is him on surveillance video leaving a Lexington bar the night Savannah disappeared, January 4th. In court today, a KSP detective testified that Savannah was found nude, her body folded over, and inside multiple black bags with her feet and ankles bound with tape. Police could not say how she died or how long she was buried on property owned by David Sparks' parents. Police say Savannah's blood was found inside a closet door at Sparks' rental home on Price Court, January 10th. They say Savannah, Sparks, and 2 other men went to his home after the bar that night, but that the other men left. Sparks told authorities the next morning when he woke up, Savannah had left his home. Last week, all the searching ended when Sparks' own father noticed a foul odor on his property and saw part of a plastic bag at the grave. That's what the detective testified to. Savannah's best friend says she is thankful his dad turned in that discovery.
Of course, it's hard to turn in your own child, but at the same time, I could imagine what his dad would have felt if it was he has sisters. I could imagine what he would have felt like if, you know, he realized that his daughter was laying in someone's backyard for so long.
In Garrett County, Lee Searcy, LEX 18 News.
In other news this morning, Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin has announced that he will convene the Kentucky General Assembly into special session beginning this Friday. The purpose of the special session is to discuss the financial stress of the state's regional universities, health departments, domestic violence centers, and community health centers. The financial issues have been caused by Kentucky's looming public pension crisis. A bill that the governor publicly introduced 2.5 months ago will be debated during the session. Bevin says the bill has been thoroughly vetted and improved with input from legislators. He also says it is the only fiscally responsible plan that provides the state's regional universities and quasi-governmental agencies with a path to a sustainable future. The session is slated to begin at 8 a.m. 50 years ago today, the fires of celestial science have lifted 3 men from the surface of the Earth and toward the greatest exploration in human history. But as the name of the mission indicates, it took many steps to get Apollo 11 off the ground. Jay Gray has a look back at the flight of Apollo 11 with one of the men who was on it.
Time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement.
It was John F. Kennedy who launched the initiative to put an American on the moon. The president's speech came just a month after the Soviet Union sent the first man into space. But it wasn't as easy as NASA simply building a rocket and aiming at the heavens. They had a lot to learn about science, technology, and mortality. Apollo 1 was scheduled to launch early in 1967, but a pre-flight fire swept through the capsule, killing all 3 astronauts on board. NASA continued on, testing different phases of the ultimate goal, and in 1968, Apollo 8 took a 3-man crew around the moon without landing.
God bless all of you.
Finally, 50 years ago today, Michael Collins found himself sitting on top of 1 million gallons of rocket fuel next to Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
I get nervous easily, and that seemed like a suitable occasion to be nervous.
The countdown began.
6, 5, 4.
5, 4, I don't care about that. What's going to happen after 0?
After 0, the 300-foot rocket began to move. Apollo 11 cleared the tower, then cleared the boundaries of Earth, giving mankind a new perspective on its home planet.
That little orb out your window really grabs your attention. It's center stage, it's the whole show.
But another show would come 5 days later when the crew made man's first mark on the moon. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Wow, what an incredible look at that mission.
Yes.
So, Christy, tell us what the weather's going to be like.
Well, we're still going to be seeing some of the remnants from Barry, and that means that we're going to be having some of those rain showers. Not an all-day rain, though. I'll have details on when we can expect some more of that widespread thunderstorm activity later today. Those details and more coming up after this commercial break. Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. It is 6:37 a.m. and we are starting off this morning with a little bit of sunshine, a little bit more than we had yesterday, but we are starting to see some of those clouds increasing a little bit more for this morning, and that's because we're still going to be seeing the impacts from those remnants from Barry throughout the day today as well as into tomorrow. Our temperatures right now starting off a little bit warm, 74 degrees right now at the Bowling Green Airport, and the winds are coming in on the lighter side, southeast of 5 miles per hour, but as we head throughout the day today and as the remnants from Barry make their way closer to us, we are going to be getting pretty breezy for the rest of today as well as into tonight. Our temperatures right now across south central Kentucky are all in those mid-70s. So again, a warm start to the day today, and we will be a little bit warmer than we were yesterday because we'll be seeing a little bit more sunshine. We did have a couple of showers out there earlier this morning. Right now, locally, it looks like we're dry, but there is still a lot of rain and thunderstorm activity just off to our west, and we are expecting to see some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head throughout the day today. So could be seeing a few of those throughout the morning hours, but really this afternoon and evening, that's when we're going to be noticing more of those effects. So currently we do have those remnants from Barry that are situated along Missouri, and then it's going to be making its way around that northern border of Kentucky. So that's when we're going to be seeing some more of these scattered rain showers and thunderstorms once we do see the remnants from Barry taking a turn to the east. So then we're going to be staying with that wetter pattern as we head throughout the later parts of today, tonight, as well as into tomorrow. And as the remnants from Barry continue to make their way off to the east, then we're going to be drying out a little bit more as we head into the later parts of your Wednesday. Then as we head into Thursday, we will be having a little bit of a drier day overall, but as we head into the afternoon and evening hours, we could be having a quick shot at some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Then by the time that the sun goes down, we will be losing that activity, and then things are going to be getting pretty hot as we head into this weekend. So we're looking at those temperatures climbing into those mid-90s, but those feels like temperatures with that humidity will be right around 100 degrees. So it's going to be getting very toasty outside as we'll be seeing some more sunshine for the later part of this week once those remnants from Barry do leave us. So for the day today, areas along and to the west of I-65 are in a marginal severe weather risk for this afternoon and evening. Our main concerns are going to be those strong gusty winds as well as heavy downpours that could lead to localized flash flooding. Make sure that you are keeping an eye on the roadways for today, and if you see a flooded roadway, turn around and don't drown. For today, we'll be seeing a little bit of sunshine, those high temperatures reaching those upper 80s. It's going to be pretty breezy outside. Those south-southwest winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. And again, still seeing some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, especially in the afternoon and evening hours, continuing into tonight. That overnight low, 73 degrees. As we head into the day tomorrow, still seeing some of those remnants from Barry, but then as we head into Thursday, Barry will have exited the Ohio Valley, but we do have the chance to see a quick backscatter of those showers and thunderstorms thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening hours, then much drier for Friday and the weekend, but much hotter as well. Those high temperatures will be reaching those mid-90s. Now it's time to clear the shelters. Let's meet our motherly pet of the day.
Thanks so much. I'm Max Winnitz here at the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society with our pet of the day. This sweet feline is Sasha, and Sasha is loving life right now, loving this head scratching going on. Sasha is about a year and a half. She's got a pretty unique backstory. She was found as a stray here in Bowling Green, walking on a street with her kitten, her son. That kitten we're going to feature on Thursday here on our Pet of the Day segment. But for right now, Sasha is available for adoption. Again, very, very sweet. Just is doing pretty well in my lap, which is a good sign. And she's a favorite around here. She's also a mother, as I just alluded to. But she's great. So please stop on by the shelter and adopt this very sweet cat. Again, this is Sasha, available for adoption at the Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society. I guess I should take that back when I said she liked being on my lap. But no, she's great. Take my word for it. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. Joining us this morning for Sunrise Spotlight is Abby Cobb with her business Cookies with Abby. And as you can see, we've got a ton of cookies here in the studio. Thank you for joining us today, Abby.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm so glad to have anything sweet in studio.
Oh my gosh,
and cookies are one of the sweetest. So can you tell me a little bit about your business, Cookies with Abby? You know, how did you get started? How long have you been here making cookies?
Yeah, so I just started about a year and a half ago. My sister asked me to make her cookies like for an event she had, and so I tried it out, and it actually turned out really well, I guess, and I decided to turn it into a business. And so I've just been decorating cookies for about a year now, and I've gotten a lot of business after a tweet I made like last week, and it got a lot of attention, so it's been really cool.
That's awesome. The power of social media.
I know,
you can just one tweet and you can get a ton of business right out of that. And that's how we found you. We got you on the lovely show, so that's great as well. Now, maybe you can tell me about the process of decorating cookies. How exactly, you know, do you make, well, this is my favorite one, the SoKY Sunrise one. You can see it kind of even just looks like, right, it's like a picture-in-picture, right, like a logo back there.
Yeah.
How do you make something like this?
So you use royal icing, and I specialize in sugar cookies, so I use royal icing, and you whip it with like egg whites, and so it creates like a stiff icing that you can use, and you can dye it any color you want, and I just add like airbrush and gold effects, and so I can just do that, and it turns into a pretty cool cookie.
Awesome. It definitely turned into a very cool cookie. So you're obviously very talented. So where do you want to take this in the future? What's your plan for cookies later in life?
I think I'll just be like doing cookies kind of like on the side. I'm applying to dental school this cycle, so it's kind of like the opposite of what
dental
cookies.
school?
Yeah, dental school.
You're going to be making everyone have cavities so you can fill them later.
Yeah,
it's kind of
exactly.
you're playing both sides of it.
It's job security for sure, so I can just offer these in my office, and then if they don't brush their teeth, then I'll fix it.
I love it. So I see you already also decorated this beautiful pineapple one.
Yeah.
I think, am I going to be doing something similar to that? Because I know you're going to help teach me how to decorate some cookies. Am I going to be going the pineapple route?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so let's do it. What's process number one?
So the first step that we're going to do is we use a stiffer icing. This is called the outline icing. And the first thing that you do is you're just going to like outline the shape of the cookie that you have. And so what I do is I surround, since this is going to be a pineapple, I just take it. And this is like a pretty easy design to do. So we're just going to do
This is the easy one?
Oh yeah, this is easy.
Yeah, it looks pretty hard to me.
And we're just going to keep going until you get the shape of the pineapple that you want. And finish like that. And usually I fix the line with one of my tools.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And you fix it like that. And then this other one right here, this is the flooding icing that makes it have like that hard outer
So it's different
coating.
kinds of icing all mixed together. Okay.
For sure.
Now, do
This
they taste
one's-
different?
They don't taste different, but this one's like thinner. It's more like smooth, so you can get the top coat to be like smooth.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. And then we're just gonna flood the inside of this cookie. This part kind of takes a while, but
it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Once you finish, it looks pretty cool. And it does dry. It does take a little bit to dry, but if you put it in front of a fan, it totally speeds it up.
Awesome. So while you're doing that, is there anything that I can do? Can I do some of the finishing touches? Maybe I get
of course,
my hands dirty with it?
Yeah. So this is the finished, and I actually brought one that's already like dried.
Okay, so this is the same thing, just dried.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I get to decorate that one. So I'll move this so that I can do that.
And so what you're going to do is just like, you can just mimic what I did on this pineapple and just do the lines across, and then I can show you how to do the leaf.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you squeeze from the top or bottom?
Yeah, you squeeze from the top and kind of twist it so it comes out.
Okay. So, so I have my crossing lines, right?
Yeah.
She made it look really easy. This is actually really hard.
I mean, it looks pretty good for your first time doing it. I'm assuming the first time.
Well, what did your first one look like?
Oh, my first ones were really bad. They were Christmas cookies I made for my family, and they were my family, so they had to like it, but it didn't look that good.
And you know what? Might be the best I get on these pineapples. For those of you who
hey, I mean, you did your best, so that's all that matters.
I did my best. Now, let me see if I can
Yeah,
take
the
that.
leaves. So I cut this tip especially to make the leaves, but you're just going to squeeze it out to the bottom, and then you just do like that.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to have to finish this up and show everyone after the break, because that's it for Sunrise Spotlight. Thank you so much for coming in, Abby. And quickly before you go, I'm just going to take a bite of this popsicle one. Oh no, the stick broke, because it looks like a popsicle.
It does.
That was Sunrise Spotlight, brought to you by Life Skills. Stay with us. We'll be right back, hopefully with some finished pineapples.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. I'm joined by SoKY herself right now to give you your weather. We are starting off this morning with a little bit more sunshine outside than we have had the past couple of days, but we are also going to be seeing those temperatures starting off a little bit warmer for today. We did have a lot of cloud cover last night. Temperatures currently sitting right around those mid-70s for this morning, and locally we are currently dry on the radar, but we are starting to see some more of those remnants from Barry just off to our west, and that's going to be impacting us later today, really throughout the rest of the day today. We're going to be having those high temperatures reaching the upper 80s because we'll be seeing a little bit more sunshine, but it's also going to be getting pretty breezy. Those south-southwest winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour, seeing a little bit of sunshine, but those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Areas along and to the west of I-65 are in a marginal severe weather risk. Main concerns are going to be those strong gusty winds, as well as heavy rainfall and localized flooding is a possibility. So make sure that you're staying weather aware throughout the day today. Stay with us. We'll be back with everything else that's trending right after this commercial break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise, and while we were in that commercial break, I actually finished up my cookie. This is the one that Abby did that looks really nice, and then this is the one that I did that does not look that nice. Now SoKY really wants to eat these cookies, but you're not allowed to, SoKY, okay? But anyways, this cookie does not look as good as Abby's, but it's almost there. I think with a little bit more practice, I might be able to get just a little bit better. But now it's time to get you caught up on everything else that's trending in the film world. Hollywood is taking prequels and sequels today, and we've got our roundup in today's Hollywood Minute. Here's David Daniel.
Real power lies in understanding who it is you're truly fighting. And how they can be defeated.
Here's your first look at The King's Man, a prequel to Matthew Vaughn's Kingsman movies. Vaughn returns as director. The King's Man lands in theaters next February.
You were recruited by the Star League to
defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
35 years after The Last Starfighter was one of the first films to substantially use CGI, a sequel is finally on the way. Writer-producer Gary Whitta confirms on Twitter he's working with the original film's creator on a follow-up. No plot details available yet. Stay tuned. This sequel didn't take nearly as long. Director John Krasinski confirms on his Twitter account filming is underway for the follow-up to last year's surprise hit, A Quiet Place. Local media in western New York State report residents of the community of Olcott are excited to have Hollywood come to town. A Quiet Place 2 is due in theaters next March. In Hollywood, somewhat west of Olcott, I'm David Daniel.
Thanks, David. That's a look at today's Hollywood Minute. Stay tuned because SoKY Sunrise wraps up in just 2 minutes.
Welcome back to the end of your Feel Good Wake Up Show. We'll be seeing those remnants from Barry for the next couple of days, so those scattered showers and thunderstorms for the next couple days. A little bit cooler, but then we're going to be getting pretty toasty as we head into the weekend.
Well, thanks for that update, Christy. And here are the cookies again. We're keeping them nice and away from SoKY because she really, really wants to eat
I
them.
heard that they should have brought a dog cookie for her.
That would be a good idea. Next time we'll get dog cookies for SoKY and we'll decorate them all just like this beautiful WNKY one and
You were
SoKY.
teasing her.
I was. Yeah, I still am. I'm sorry.
They
You know
look
what?
incredible.
No more cookies.
SoKY.
Well, here's one thing that was trending on the internet yesterday and kind of still today. A face switch, a face,
Yes.
you know, kind of ages you, a face
I've
age.
seen that.
Did you guys see it? So here's a couple that we actually face aged all of us. So here's me. I actually haven't seen this yet. They basically just turned all my hair
We're looking into
white.
the future.
Here's Christy.
Oh, I don't look too bad. Not
No,
bad.
you
I'll be
aged well.
happy. Yeah.
You aged well, Christy. And here's coming up is Candace.
Okay.
Yeah, I still think I look the most ridiculous. They turned all my hair nice and white. SoKY, we don't have an aged picture of you. We will try to get one. They don't recognize
Left
dog
out.
faces yet
Okay.
on that app. But
She'd probably look pretty similar too, because normally dogs just get a little bit whiter around the face, but she's already got the white
she's
around
gonna be
the
just
muzzle.
like me, growing all kinds of white. Well, thanks for starting your Tuesday off with us. The Today Show is next.